Hey guys, this is Camfrey15. I am back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys. And I am back to talk the One Piece anime. Now, sorry for getting this One Piece anime episode review up later than usual, but on Saturday I was hanging out with a friend and we watched the One Piece episode together, so I couldn't make a review. But yeah, let's talk about this episode review, which I thought was a pretty solid review. And as well as I'm going to probably talk a little bit about, I guess you can say, I guess people's thoughts on this episode and why it seemed like it was a slow-paced episode and my reasoning behind it. Anyways, this is One Piece anime episode 979. Now, where we last left off is obviously Luffy, Kid Law made that freaking entrance, and they showed off their insane power. And then we saw Kiroshiro show up at the end, which we all know Kiroshiro is Denjiro at this point, but our other characters don't know that. But anyways, after when we start out the episode, the Scabbers eventually find out through Kiroshiro's monologuing of him saying like, "I owe this to the Kozuki clan. It's me, it's Denjiro." And that's when the Scabbers find out that Kiroshiro is actually Denjiro. And he tells him, like, "I owe a huge debt to the Kozuki clan." Now, he did hear of Kinemon's return to Wano, but he said the reasoning behind him not joining their cause from the jump is he knew of the spy, and he knew if he had joined their ranks again, that the spy would only feed that information and tell him like, "Hey, Kiroshiro is actually one of the Scabbards from the past who was under Odin." Tell him which we all know it was Kanjuro. Obviously, Kanjuro would have told Orochi like, "Hey, Kiroshiro is actually Denjiro, one of the Scabbards of Odin. He's actually, joining us, so don't trust him at all," and stuff like that. And who knows? Orochi could have probably put a hit out on Kiroshiro, and guess what? Things would have been way even more different if that was the case. So Kiroshiro's like, "Listen, I just stayed back and I waited till the traitor finally showed his face. Now, guess what? I now know the traitor. Now I can show myself and tell you guys I'm Denjiro." Stuff like that. Also, Denjiro says he brought more allies, because then we see Usopp and the others see like, "Hey, there's more ships in the background." And we see that Denjiro brought 1,200 soldiers, some from his forces, and then some from obviously the prison at I think Raisetsu town, or the one prison that we saw near Yasui's obviously his execution and stuff like that. Now, the interesting point here, where you get to the funny part of the episode, is Denjiro tells Kinemon that he's a smart man because of the symbol of the paper he wrote. So obviously, we all know that obviously initially the whole rendezvous point was changed because of the leak and stuff like that. And that's what Denjiro brings up. He's like, "Listen, because of the leak and Yasui's doing of changing up the rendezvous point, essentially having those two lines meant crossing out the middle letters, which is the Habu Minato. And essentially, without the middle part, it meant that the new rendezvous point was Hato, which is also the wharf, which essentially was the wharf at Habu Port. Now we knew that and Denjiro goes on to say, like, "But because you, Keen-san, knew that the traitor was amongst you guys, you changed it to, you freaking just fooled everybody, and to fool the spy, which was Kanjuro, you said to meet up at Tokage Port and stuff like that and get everything down there." And and it's funny because it's when you have the one scene where Kinemon's like, "What the hell did I do?" So essentially what we find out here, that Kinemon made a mistake on translating the new rendezvous point. It was actually supposed to be meaning all meet up at the wharf at Habu Port, But this man told everyone, go to Tokage port. And Kanjuro thought, oh, guess what? That's when we're going to get them in the act and everything and stuff like that, which is already funny too. Also, Denjiro's like, yeah, you know Orochi blowing up all those bridges and stuff like that? Oh, yeah, guess what? All the allies were already, past that point, and they had got on their ships and they were on the way here anyway. So guess what? You don't have to worry about anything. You're good. And then lo and behold, we see the rest of the allies of all the other Yakuza bosses led by boss Hiragoro, or old man Hio. And we finally see those 4,100 troops. And in total, along with the troops that Denjiro came with, now they have 5,200 troops. And then obviously you get the scene where you just have Kinemon just cross his arms and he's like, I can't believe I'm this stupid. So, and everybody's calling him, Kinemon, you're a genius, man. You're a genius. And Kinemon's just like, I made a huge ass fuck up. I am such an idiot. And when we come back from obviously the break, you have the other scavengers like pestering Kinemon like, oh, frickin' Kinemon, you idiot! You telling me you couldn't tell that was frickin' Habu port at the wharf? I can't believe you, Kinemon. We'll let you off the hook this time, but you better not make a mess up. And Kinemon's like, I should probably die now because I used up all my luck. But obviously you have a nice speech by Ashura Doji saying, listen, we're fighting together. So if you die, we're all dying together. So you're not dying alone and stuff like that. Obviously they cut over to Kanjuro. Kanjuro's pissed because he fell for the whole, mess up. And he's like, damn you, Kinemon, your dumbass made me fall for it. And stuff like that. So what happens up next is, obviously now that they got all the allies, you see Luffy and Kid raid the other Beast pirate ship to try to take them down. But lo and behold, that's when we see Kanjuro's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here and tell Orochi we made a huge fuck up. But Kawamatsu sees this. He tries to stop Kanjuro, but Kanjuro manages to, get Kawamatsu out of the way, and he flies up on the swan, and that's where the episode ends. So next week, it seems like they're gonna try their best to try to stop Kanjuro from taking Momonosuke, but we'll see how that goes. But other than that, that's kind of it. So the episode was pretty good, and it was funny as hell. And man, Kinemon, they got lucky. They did get pretty lucky there that the others picked up on that, but Kinemon was the only person that didn't pick up on it. So it was pretty freaking funny and stuff like that. So yeah. Now before I end off the video, I did hear obviously some One Piece fans complaining about the pacing of this episode. Mostly, I figure I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the manga fans who read the One Piece manga. Now, I don't know currently what's going on in the manga. I do know they're on the Battle of Onigashima. But listen, the reason why the pacing seems longer and they're extending some scenes and it looks like now One Piece is going at a super slow rate, it's because, from what I've heard from people who, read the manga, like where the anime's at right now, it's honest to God directly right around the corner from where they're at in the manga. Now, please tell me this. Do you want the anime to go on hiatus again to where, I don't know, they have to go on hiatus for maybe a month or two so the manga can be able to get enough chapters out so then the anime can go back to adapting some chapters, some pages in the chapters to put it towards the anime? You want to go on another hiatus? Because that's what's going to happen to the One Piece anime. And that's going to ruin the anime onlys. Because they're going to be like, wait, we have to go on a break because we caught up to the manga? Why didn't they just not put so much into episodes then? And remember, guys, manga fans who read the manga and are upset about the pacing of the anime because you want to get to your favorite parts of the Battle of Onigashima. Well, guess what? Unlike, say, a My Hero Academia, One Piece is not a seasonal anime where they just where the anime gives you or a shonen anime gets like about 25 episodes like a My Hero Academia for a whole season, So obviously this season, spring of anime is what started My Hero Academia season 5. You know, it's a whole season launched in a little bit into the summer season of anime as well. With My Hero Academia, you can get away with that because it's a seasonal anime. And you already know the manga is currently ongoing. And guess what? You take a few months break, the manga's already got so many chapters ahead of what the anime can adapt to. As for One Piece, they're a weekly anime. That is probably one of the only weekly animes going on at this time period. Which means, guess what? Every week they give you a new One Piece episode. So, the only other thing the anime could do if they don't want to go on hiatus is give some pointless, filler episode, an offshoot filler episode where they do some what if scenario or something like that. Like they used to do in the past where they had like the Chopper Man thing. If you remember that stuff where they had those offshoot fillers, so guess what? The manga can get on time and they would have to, and in that case, they would have to tell Oda, hey, you have to make like week to week manga chapters to get enough distance between the anime and you and the manga. So mostly manga fans complaining about the pacing of the One Piece anime now because the last 2 episodes, pacing has been very slow. It's because they're not trying to have the anime catch up to the manga. If they have that happen, the anime is going to have to go on hiatus for the time being till the manga can create enough chapters to where it's enough for the anime to be like, okay, now you can go back to adapting episodes again. So they're going to add some scenes, some details. They might throw a few more flashback stuff like that. Now listen, does it suck in the grand scheme of things? Yes, it does, but I understand why. You can't let your anime catch up to the manga because if that's the case, the anime is going to be put on hold for who knows how long till there's enough chapters for the anime to start adapting again. So that's the thing I wanted to end off the manga, the anime episode review is the fact that I've been hearing that some manga fans have been critiquing the anime for being slow paced now. Well, you have to go slow paced. Your pacing has to probably be slow as shit because guess what? If your anime is right around the corner from the manga, it seems like you could catch up to the manga very quickly if you adapt, say, a whole chapter worth of an anime episode. Listen, it's like they say, to all good things when people wait for what they want. So I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna enjoy every episode to this point we get to the raid and we get to those fights that we want to see. Because you already know when we get to the fights, you already know that the anime is going to go more in depth with these fights and draw out these fights to make it longer than, say, a few pages in the manga. You already know that's going to happen. So I don't see what people are fussing up about it, something like that. But hey, it is what it is. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your video or a great rest of your day or night when checking out this video. Again, leave a like if you like this video. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of One Piece and your thoughts on the pacing. Do you love it or do you hate it? And do you see what I'm trying to say here? Other than that, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more, My Hero Academia anime content. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.